Hello learners and welcome back to my channel Teacher Sneha. Today, looking at these so many hibiscus flowers here in my dish, you must have already guessed the topic that I'm going to be talking about here. Today we are going to deal with the dissection of a hibiscus flower. So we are going to dissect these hibiscus flowers to check all the parts of the flowers. We are going to study that in detail. So to study parts of flowers, hibiscus is the ideal flower because it's a bisexual flower which has both its male and female reproductory parts located on the same flower. So I'm going to be talking about parts of flower. By dissecting this hibiscus flower, I will show you what exactly this hibiscus flower is made up of. So let's go stepwise, one by one. So this is hibiscus and its scientific name is Hibiscus rosa sinensis. So hibiscus is the genus and Rosa sinensis is the species, and this belongs to a family called as Malvaceae. So that's what the scientific description of this flower is. And now let's see and let's explore the further parts of this flower. So I'm going to be focusing now on this flower which I have taken here. I'll start with this one. This particular part of the flower on which the flower is held upright is called as the pedicel of the flower. This green color part which protects all these floral whorls when they were in bud condition is called as the sepals, and these colorful attractive ones are the petals. If you will look inside the petals, this particular structure is actually the reproductory structure of the flower. This has male and female reproductory structure both together. These you can see the powdery stuff here right now. These are the anthers with filament, and the powdery structure that is actually you can see over here, this powder entirely which you can see spread across this petal is nothing but the pollen grains of hibiscus flower. If I'll zoom this, you will be able to see this very clearly. So these all are nothing but the pollen grains of hibiscus flower. One minute, I'll show this very clearly. Yeah. So these all what you can see over here, the yellow dots, these all are nothing but pollen grains. Where exactly these pollen grains grow, here also you can see on this petal also there are a lot of pollen grains that are fallen. Where these pollen grains grow is the structure called as anther. These anthers, when they develop, they release all these pollen grains from it, and this particular structure is called as the stigma. You can see here there are 5 stigma which are leathery cushion kind of a structure, and this long tube is the style, and then beneath this here you will see ovary and ovules inside it located. These are the sepals. Now the speciality of hibiscus flower is that there are 5 sepals, but all 5 sepals are fused together. Okay, so if I will remove this one by one, I will remove the petals part. Yeah, now the part that you can see over here is the sepals which are fused together, and that is why you can see, if you'll count 1 2 3 4 5, these are 5 sepals that are fused together, and the term is called as gamosepalous. So hibiscus is a flower which is a gamosepalous, means where sepals are fused. If you want to separate them on this particular green line, you have to cut them. They are very delicate, to cut it very carefully to separate all 5 petals. I'll do this with a pointed needle. So likewise, if I will separate, the 5 sepals will get separated. the part which we are seeing right now here is the ovary. So this particular part is the ovary, and this is the part of the style which is still attached to it. So now we will open another hibiscus flower where we will see all these parts intact. We will see another hibiscus flower in which you can see there are 5 petals, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and these all 5 petals are separated from each other. They are nowhere attached to each other. That's how this particular type of a flower where all petals are separated from each other is called as the polypetalous flower. So polypetalous is the term which is used for hibiscus. I'm going to remove these floral whorls very carefully because this time I want to keep the reproductory part of the flowers very intact. They're very delicate. Yeah, so these are the 5 petals of hibiscus. Now we have to see the reproductory structures of the hibiscus flower. So this cushiony surface that we see over here is called as the stigma. So there are altogether 5 stigmas, and connected to stigma, this long tube is called as the style. Now we will see the structures of ovary and ovules also. I have managed to separate the stigma from the stigma and style from the anther and filament. So this entire structure is the male reproductory part which contains anther and filament, and this entire structure is the female reproductory part which contains stigma, style, and this structure is ovary. It is actually connected to this. I will try taking one more flower in which I will show you all 3 connected. Right now it just broke while I was keeping it down. Yeah, so this is how the structure looks: stigma, style and ovary. Stigma is the structure which receives pollen grain. So if you can see over here, if I will zoom this particular structure, on this stigma you can already see this yellow color powder which is deposited. The yellow powder is nothing but the pollen grains which are deposited here on stigma. Yellow powdery structure which is fallen on the stigma already indicates that pollination has taken place. So here the pollen grains are already fallen on stigma, and then when the pollen grains fall on the stigma, the male gamete then further is able to travel through this style. It then ultimately reaches the ovules. Now ovules are here inside the ovary. For that, what we have to do is we have to dissect this ovary to see the ovules. So I'm going to take another ovary here and I'll dissect this also. So this is how the female reproductory part of a hibiscus flower looks like. Stigma, style attached to the ovary. So when pollen grains fall here on the stigma, the male gamete travels through the pollen tube through the style, and then it ultimately reaches here inside the ovary where there are ovules present. So this is how it looks when it is intact and when you remove it. It's very delicate. Okay, now we will cut open this ovary to see the ovules. round structures that you can see inside. They are nothing but the ovule, which contain the female gamete, and pollen grains are the one which contain the male gamete. Now we will study the scientific names of it in detail. So the stigma, style and ovary inside that ovules all together is called as pistil or carpel. It's the scientific name given to it. The another scientific name to it is a gynoecium. So this is what it is togetherly called as, a gynoecium, a carpel or a pistil. Now in my petri dish, the structure that you are closely observing is the anther. So this yellow color rounded structure is the anther, and the base of it is called as filament. And anther and filament togetherly called as the stamen. So there are many stamens on this flower together here. Okay, so this structure is the stamen, which is the male reproductory part. It is also scientifically called as an androecium. This is how the zoomed structure of an anther looks like. So this pinkish structure, the base is the filament and the yellow part on top is the anther, which produces the pollen grains. Here I have cut open one of the ovary. So these inside you can see the structures, those rounded structures inside. They are nothing but the ovules. There are many ovules inside the ovary. A quick recap. This entire flower is the flower of hibiscus. These are the petals. Okay, all petals are separated from each other. Condition is polypetalous. These are sepals. The sepals are fused together. That's why the condition is gamosepalous. Separated sepals look like this. Then separated petals look like this. There are 5 sepals and 5 petals each. Coming to the male and female reproductory part. This is the female reproductory part containing stigma, style and ovary. Ovary contains ovules, and male reproductory part is this, which is comprising of anther and filament. And this is how an anther and filament looks like, which is altogetherly called as a stamen or androecium. Hope you find this video very useful to study the parts of flowers. If you are new on my channel, don't forget to subscribe to it. If you like this video, please give this video a thumbs up. Then see you. Bye bye. And yeah, one more thing. The instruments that I used right now for dissection, how to use them and what else also comes in a dissection box, that video is also there on my channel. The link of that video I have already put in the description box. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye. See you.